questions. We'll get you a mic if you raise your hand.
All right. Well, that's the last first practice right there. How about that? You know, that was, I thought, kind of what I talked a little bit about yesterday was, you know, I wanted to make sure that the guys felt that this wasn't, you know, that we had been together for a while. I wanted it to flow. I wanted the energy level to be high. I wanted the guys to be moving around. They weren't perfect by no means. There's a lot of things we got to get cleared up. Learning how to practice, number one. That's a big thing to me, especially on different days, different tempos of the day, whether it's a tracking day, whether it's a thud day or a live day. We've got to understand how to practice. When it's a tracking day with no pads on, we got to know that. We got to understand that. And those are the things you learn, and that's just part of a new staff. But overall, the energy level was extremely high, which is what we expect every day. It starts with our coaching staff. I thought our coaching staff did a really good job having our players prepared. And you know, I definitely think that our coaches, especially those that haven't been with me in the past, where they were just as awestruck at the pace of practice as the players were. And that's okay. Matter of fact, I had a couple of them say, man, I got plenty of exercise and practice running around here. So great energy. Really proud of our players, the way they responded that first day. Again, we're a long way away. But I thought that the guys learning, you know, from there was very little newness out there for those guys, so to speak. The terminology they were familiar with, they were ready for the first practice. But overall, I thought the energy level was high, and that the guys they looked like they knew what they were doing, and that's a start. So with that, I'll open up for questions.
Tom?
So you had the drone thing going on there, and then you call out some stuff through your headset. Just what does that do for you?
Well, I mean, you know, it's all about movement. They got to see that, you know, if you're useful, you're useful, and it's got to start with the head coach. And they got to see me bouncing around and moving around, and it's all about sudden change. A football game's never going to go as scripted. So you know, when you guys were out there, you saw people moving all over the fields and changing fields and moving, and that's part of the plan, is to keep guys on their toes. And where am I going when this horn blows? And when coach says this, what's fixing to happen? You never know when there's a sudden change in a ball game. You got to be ready. And the thing I was impressed with today, I definitely thought. With the length of practice and as much as we ran, I thought the guys were in shape. Matter of fact, at the end, they were really excited, and because I asked them, I said, "How you feel that you were in shape-wise?" And man, they all gave Coach True and his staff a big round of applause, and so they definitely see a difference. And it's all about the finish. That's what I would say. It's all about the finish, and I thought we finished well in practice. Again, there's a lot of things you've got to clean up, but these guys did not taper off.
Go right here, Nate.
Being able to practice, is Kevin Richardson certified for next year, or?
Well, no, not yet, not fully, but he's been cleared to practice, and so he's just got to go through. I guess they got a meeting that's coming up, but he has been cleared to practice.
Where is he? You got him a player right now
He's been an outside backer and some safety work as well, in coach's his nickel Sam position.
Coach, I noticed there were some guys in the middle who, during the stretch, are those guys people who rose up during leadership during winter? What was their position?
Yeah, those three men were selected by their teammates from the very first day, our very first team meeting. They were selected with guys that if you had one person that could hold the rope for you when all things are falling apart, who would it be? And those three guys were unanimous for the most part across this football team by their peers. So we recognize them and put them in the front. Anyone else? Trent?
Coach, you've already had a couple of prospect days, got a couple more coming up. What's the response been like, and you know, what's your level of excitement for the ones to come?
Well, I think that, you know, I've been really pleased with the amount of players that have came over the last few prospect days we've had. You know, we've had some last Saturday and Sunday. We had quite a few guys. I think we had 49 really the top tier guys around. We'll have a bunch more this Saturday at practice, and also Saturday the 10th at practice. And so I think we've got somewhere around 40, 45 signed up now. I'm anticipating close to 100 probably this Saturday. Again, just getting them here, get them on campus, show them what we got. And like I said, our university sells itself.